So another concept that we use within our run game, just because I think it's important for us to have different answers based off of what we're getting, is our run screen options. And so I know we have like a run here and throw a bubble over here or one screen over there, and you can throw the drop pop here off of inside zone or gap or outside zone. But one concept that I do really like that I want us to continue to have success with is kind of our run screen option on the perimeter. And so, we'll add a tag to what we do based off of, what we're seeing that week. But we want it to be a full flow run. I guess you could do it off a pin and pull if you wanted to. You could probably do it off of some kind of short motion pin pull to the field. But the thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to get an outside run to the field with a tunnel screen to the boundary. And for us, we call these like crest runs, okay? Instead of like just run screen options, under our buckets, they're crest runs. So we're trying to decide whether we want to throw the screen or we want to hand the run. So our quarterback is looking, his eyes would be on the flat defender or the nickel, anything that could disrupt the tunnel screen. If he feels like this guy's tighter into the box and we could get him outflanked, then he'll ride it a little bit and then get the ball out. But if he feels like the tunnel's going to get blown up or they got numbers, so let's say they got the nickel of this side and the free, then we got to hand it, all right, and let's go to work on the front side. So how do we run this screen? Well, if you look over here, this is the back side. So we're running outside zone to this side, and they've got the tunnel screen to the boundary. The rule that we tell our OL is you're trying to get your face across, because like we're running outside zone this way. So this guard's trying to get his face across or at least reroute him or stop his charge to where we could get that ball outside without him running it down. We'd like to get under him and get back out, but if we can't, all right, then we want to reroute him, stop his charge, then we're getting back out flat, all right, and then now we have got the curve. The backside tackle, now with a 5 technique and no B-gap threats, got an easy track inside, get him to squeeze, and then now you're back out, all right? And then now you're in the alley, okay? The wide receiver, you look here, he's the sidewalk, so he's kicking it, we're in it, and then we don't let anything get in the tunnel, working the sidewalk to the curb. So that's how we run that. If I get a 3 technique to this side, we know the guard's got an easy release to get back out. The tackle now has got to either punch or reroute, stop the tackle's charge, then get back out and get back vertical, okay? But it's all predicated off of what's in this area as far as our quarterback's eyes go, when in doubt, hand about, but is a great counter to people that are bringing simulated pressures. It's a great counter to people that are boundary reduction team that are bringing people off the edge. And so it's really good for us because it just gives us an opportunity to another way to get the ball out in our playmakers' hands on the perimeter. I think the run screen options that we run, that we talked about on the board, I think the biggest thing is you got to get a lot of work at them. I think you got to work releases with your guards and tackles on the backside. I think there's other ways that you can do it. So if you're struggling trying to get the guard and the tackle out, if you want to just get one out, then maybe put the tight end to that side, and they end up being one of those guys for you as far as getting out. But being able to set it up to where to the boundary, whether you're running a one screen or what you're doing, give yourself a chance for the run to the field, and then another opportunity for the screen to the boundary. So when we're running rabbits, what we have, we try to give different, different names for different things so the kids kind of relate to them, and then they just know, hey, I'm out. But right here, this will kind of show you. So first of all, for our quarterback, he's looking at apex. He's looking at anything that'll take the screen away, okay? So he's thinking screen first, run second. Okay, so this apex here, all right, is kind of outside the box. So if he's trying to be a half box player and he wants to get a good read on him, then he can mesh it and ride the back, okay? He can ride the back, and if he stays, he just hands it. If he can get to pull him in, then he can throw the screen back out. But what we don't want is our lineman to be out leveraged. So right here, they push it into the box. They move it over, and they just made it perfect for him. So now the tackle does not even have to release, okay? So we know we're getting the screen on it. So up top, tackle's getting out. Good there. Just got to finish that block. Number 2 receiver's got the corner. Guard's trying to get back out. It's just tough on the guard. And you got outside zone ran this way. Just do it from the end zone. So it's outside zone being ran this way. So that's the one where that guy's a heavy nose. So he's a nose 0. That guard's got to come on. He's got to kind of punch him a little bit. But, I mean, that back's got to be fast flow, like we got to go. You know, the other way we've thought about doing it, setting the back to this side and then getting a toss action off of it just so we can get him there. Or have him in motion to where we could get him in a little bit of fly motion to get him moving. Okay? There's another one. Just kind of showing you a little bit about like kind of what we do. This is something we got to work on with our new group. So tackle, he's getting down and getting back out. Does a good job getting out. He just don't get there. The problem is the receiver's got to keep coming. It's a tunnel more or less. He's got to keep getting in here, okay? But I do think it is a good variation, but I do think a lot of work has to be worked on. And a lot of people are not, they don't know if it's, worth that, if it's too expensive or not. But for us, we're going to work on it, all right, because it puts guys in space. It gives our linemen a chance to get out, all right, in space. And it gives our playmakers an opportunity to get the ball in space and make something happen.